Hello everyone, my name is Jerry and I am coming to you today from edequity.org. We're an organization that helps to provide free education to underprivileged children around the world, and we're doing that through YouTube, and obviously we have our website. And anyways, today I'm going to be making a pre-algebra video on a rather important concept that is an extension off of the previous concept we learned in a previous video called square roots. So now we're going to learn cube roots. So what a cube root is, a square root is a number that we multiply by itself 2 times to get that number. So like here we have 16, right? And the square root of 16 is 4 because 4 times 4 equals 16. So 4 times itself is 16, so twice, right? So cube roots. Well, a cube is three-dimensional, so that can help you remember that a cube root of a number is a factor that we multiply by itself 3 times to get that number. So you have to multiply it 3 times. So let's do an easy example, right? So the square root of 8. So what number multiply itself 3 times will give you 8? So let's start from 1. Obviously 1 does not work because 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. And let's not get into decimals because that is really hard, and you will probably not get a whole number using decimals. So let's try 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So that means the cube root of 8 is 2. And sorry, I made a mistake here. So the square root, you write it like this, right? But actually, you have to write a 2 here. But we just assume that without the 2, it's just a square root. However, if you have cube roots, you have to write a 3 here to signal that it is a cube root, and we have to multiply the factor by itself 3 times. So the cube root of 8 is 2. Now you probably have the 4th root, the 5th root, and a lot of more roots, but the 2 most important ones are probably the square roots and the cube roots, which you need to know how to do. So last time we learned a factor tree. So let's remind ourselves what a factor tree is. So a factor tree it is a method to solve root problems. You can use it for square roots, but you can also use it for cube roots. But so the first step, again, write the number at the top. So let's say it's 8. So write 8 at the top. Find a pair of factors, right? Let's say 2 and 4. So those are the branches, 2 and 4. Break down each factor until it cannot be factored anymore. 2 can't be factored anymore. It can be factored into itself multiplied by 1. 1 times 2 is 2, but that does not count as a factor in math. So 2 is already a prime number. Break down 4 into 2 and 2, and you get 2, 2, 2, and you have 3 2's. Now what's different from square roots is that in square roots you have to find 2 pairs of numbers that are equal. So for 16, 2 and 8, 2 and 4, 2 and 2. You have 4 numbers and you divide that into 2 pairs. So you have 4 times 4. However, in cube roots, you have to divide it into 3 pairs. Now we have 3 2's, so that would just be 2. Right? As simple as that. So now let's try some simple problems first. Let's try the cube root of, remember this 3, cube root of 27. And you can pause this video and try to do this by yourself, and I will now do it. So 27, right there at the top. Find a pair of factors, 3 and 9, and 9 can be further factored, so 3 and 3. And now we have 3 3's, and remember we need 3 pairs, so that's gonna be 3. So the cube root of 27 is just gonna be 3. Let's do another problem. Let's try this problem with a bigger number. So the cube root, the cube root of 125. So of 125, you need to find two factors. So let's see. So it ends with a 5. That means 5 must be one of the factors. So 5. So what multiplies 5 equals 125? Well, that is 25. So 5 multiplied by 25 is 25. 25 can be further factored into 5 and 5. So now we have 3 5s. So the cube root of 125 is 5. Let's try another problem. Let's try 343. The cube root of 343. Write 343 at the top. Now, it might be quite hard to find some factors, but take your time. So, one of the factors would be 7 and 49, right? And you can break 49 into 7 and 7, and you get 3 7. So the cube root of 343 is 7. So now let's try another problem that is just one step, right? So you just have to, it's not one step, but it's a few steps. So the cube root of 1331, write that at the top, separate that into 11 and 121, and the square root of 121 is 11. So 3 11s, and the cube root of 1331 is 11. Right, so now let's try some problems that require many steps during the factoring or during the factor tree. So let's try a rather small number first. The cube root of 216. Right at the top, 216. Now since it is an even number at the end, 2 is definitely a factor. So 2 times 108 is 216. Now you have to factor 108 many times, right? So let's do this. So 2 and 54. 2 and 27. Also circle the ones that can't be factored already so you don't forget. Now, we did this before, 3 and 9, and 3 and 3. So you see there are actually multiple steps here. You have 3 2s and 3 3s. And remember, we need to split it into 3 pairs of equal value. So we have 3 2s and 3 3s, so one pair would be 1 2 and 1 3. And another, so that would be a pair, right? So we have 3 pairs of this, so 3 pairs of 6. So that means the cube root of a 216 is 6. Let's try another problem. This time with a slightly bigger number. Let's try the cube root of 729. 729 right at the top. Since the factor is 9 at the end, the number at the end is 9, we can definitely factor this with a 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 times 243 is 729. Keep factoring that. 3 times 81. And, circle this, remember to circle it. 3 times 27, 3 times 9, and 3 times 3. So now we have 6 3s, divide that into 3 pairs, 3 groups, you get 3 times 3 as a group, and you have 3 groups of this, so that means it's 9 cubed will equal 729, which means the cube root of 729 is gonna be 9. Let's try one more problem. That's rather a big number. So what is the cube root of 1728? And you can try to do this on your own, but don't worry if you can't, because these things need practice. So right there at the top, so why is it blue? Right there at the top, turn that into 2 times something. 2 times 864 is going to be 1728. And turn that into 2 times 432 and circle it, turn that into 2 times 216, 2 times 108, 2 times 54, 2 times 27, 3 times 9, and 3 times 3. So now we have 3 3s and 6 2s. So how do we distribute this? Since we have twice as many 2s as 3s, we should have twice as many 2s as 3s in one group, and we need 3 groups. So we have only 3 3s, so we should distribute it into each group. So each group should have a 3. And now we have 6 2s to distribute into 3 groups, so each group should have 2 2s. This means that 12 is one group. So 12 cubed will equal this number, which means the cube root of 1728 is 12. And at the end of the day, you will notice that to be honest, you just need to be really good at your multiplication table and your divisions, so you can find the factors easily and quickly. And that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something. I hope you master cube roots in the future, because it will be very important in later math courses like algebra and calculus. So be sure to check out our website at equity.org. You can also sign up for free tutoring sessions using on the website, and there are also free worksheets and quizzes for you to do to check your understanding. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.